I was gonna say, did you get them on a 50% off sale? Because it's buy one get one 50% off one day every day, one day only every day of the year. It's a sale they do every year, just like car sales. They do a new car sale for every weekend. They find a new fake holiday, unless it's a real holiday. Then they do a real holiday and extend it to 2 weekends. But after that, they do it for 1 weekend. And they do specials. They do it for the entire weekend for car sales. But they have 52 of these kinds of sales a year at least. So that way you can get through the whole year doing car sales. It's kind of like the same thing. Like I was trying to tie it into Hot Topic, where they have the 2-for-1 sale, buy one get one 50% off. And then when you buy one and get one 50% off, you're like, wow, this is a great deal. And you talk to your friend, they're like, yeah, I bought one but got one 50% off at Hot Topic too. That's why I don't work at Hot Topic anymore. And you're like, why? And they're like, oh, because I knew it was just a racket. They do that every day of every year. And they're like, oh, so it's not really a sale? No, it's not a sale. It's just the normal price. They should list it as the normal price. I don't know why they don't. They have a place called Beer Garden that we go to in Hoboken. It's really fun. It's actually a really nice German restaurant. I went to Germany for a study abroad for like 5 months, and I used to get bratwurst at the church square like every day for lunch, and it was really, really good. That was real bratwurst. The place at Beer Garden has really good bratwurst for being in the United States of America, but it's not real German sausages. It's actually real German sausages, but more real than the other places you go to, like other restaurants and kind of like, you know, bars and pubs and stuff. They usually have Italian sausages and call it bratwurst, and it's not the same thing. Italian sausages, not bratwurst. So anyway, Beer Garden, it has like kind of real bratwurst. It's not the same thing though, because it's not from Germany, but it's as German as you can get, so it's pretty good. They usually have a sale like I was talking about, bringing back to the Hot Topic and the car sales again. It's usually like I would say $11 is like the main price. You can get them for like $6, $5.50, whatever. The normal price that you can get it for is you get a full meal, and it's like $10, or it used to be $10 back when I used to go there. It was $10. Now it's $11. They bumped it up because they wanted more money, and so that people would stop having split 20s, and they'd be like, oh, now we gotta bring the jack change. So they would go and they'd pay $20 and be like, oh, let me give you $20 and then $2 extra that I found. I'll buy it for me and my buddy. So they give them a 20 and then $2 and be like, fine, good. So you get a meal for like yourself and your friend. It's like $10 for a full meal. You get fries, you get sauerkraut, you get bratwurst, and it's really good. You can also get beers. Everything's half off on Tuesday. I don't think I mentioned that it was on Tuesday only that they have a half off sale. So you go to Beer Garden, it's half off everything on Tuesday. So you go there on Tuesday, you pay what we call the normal price. And that's what we're saying back to Hot Topic. Really, the buy one, get one 50% off is like the normal price, because they do it every day of the year. Whereas at Beer Garden, the normal price should be $11 for a full meal, whereas it's $22 on a regular day, and they only have half off on Tuesdays. So that's why people only go there on Beer Garden Tuesday. Not like Sangria Sunday. Sangria Sunday, there's a place called Mikey's Bar and Grill in Hoboken. It's really nice. People like to go there for sangrias. You can get a sangria for like $10 and it's a whole pitcher. Pitcher on a good night, if you're planning on drinking out with your friends, it's like just enough for one person. Like it's the perfect amount. Otherwise, you want to go, if you have to drive, you have to go home, you have to work in the morning or whatever, because it's Sunday. Everyone works on a Monday that has a decent job and is a decent human being and works. Actually supports themselves with their own fucking money and buys and pays for their own apartment and food and stuff like that. Not to mention paying off loans. God, don't even get me fucking started on that. They go to Mikey's Bar and Grill and they get $10 pitchers. Otherwise, you split and you drink half a pitcher if you have to do something like a real adult. So you get $10 pitchers of sangria is what it is for. That's why it's called Sangria Sunday, and that's only on Sundays. Otherwise, the normal price is $15. It's still a pretty good price for a sangria. If you go anywhere else in Hoboken, it's probably like $20 to $25. $20 if they do sell sangria in pitchers normally, and if they don't, you have to request a pitcher. It's usually $25. So if you do that, we actually did that when I went with my friends for Mr. Game. His name is Frank. Other guy's name is Kenny. The other guy's name is Tim. We went and we met to talk about Mr. Game. We met at this other place. It was called Wicked Wolf. I'd like to call it Wacky Wolf. It's pretty funny. They were doing some kind of quiz show game when we went there the last time we did it, and we didn't really partake in it. So it was like a lot of people doing trivia questions. And one time they played Scott Pilgrim versus the World. They played We Are Sex Bomb, and I was like, oh wait, they're playing We Are Sex Bomb. And the question was, for the trivia, the question was like, oh, what is the title of this song? And they're playing like We Are Sex Bomb, and they did all the lyrics, and I did like 2 lines of lyrics. I really like that song because it really only has 2 lines of lyrics, and it goes into like really cool garage, like punk rockish alternative rock style band from like 2008, 2009. It was really cool. I don't know when it was filmed. Probably around 2008. It was a 2009 movie. Probably 2007, 2008. It was late 2008, early 2009 movie. It was really good. So yeah, they did the Scott Pilgrim versus the World stuff, and we got a picture of sangria, and we got a picture of sangria at this place, but they didn't have sangria pictures normally. They just had them in like glasses for like $12.50. So my friend got a picture for me and him. That was Frank. So me and Frank got a picture of sangria. The other two got beer or whatever. I don't know. And we also got some water, but not a lot of it. And they gave us a really huge straw for some reason. They gave us sangria with a really, really huge straw. Like you get like 5 times the size if you got a slushie at 7-Eleven or a Slurpee at 7-Eleven or an icy at like a movie theater or something. So we got the sangria, and it turns out the pitcher was like $25 for a pitcher of sangria. And I was like, wow, we could have just gone to Mikey's Bar and Grill and got a pitcher of sangria for $10. But yeah, it was really fun. So anyway, after that, I was like, man, it's fucking cold. I put my scarf around my head. It was freezing. I didn't really have a hat. I didn't bring gloves. I forgot a lot of stuff that day. It was a really bad day, and I just froze all the way back home. I was like, wow, I could really take this shorter route or take public transportation because, you know, I have a monthly pass that I paid for when I'm not going to be able to use enough to actually get my money's worth out of this monthly pass. So I decided instead of taking the bus, it would be a good idea to walk back, because I walked back with my friend. I went back past his apartment, saw his new apartment. I was like, all right, Ken, cool. I'm in the city. I'm up on the Palisade. You can call me whenever. We'll hang out. He's like, yeah, dude, I'm totally gonna do that. I'd love to see you guys and hang out again. Great. We were talking about the game and stuff, and it was and did stuff like that. And then I was like, cool, I'm gonna go home now. So I went home, and the walk back home was about 5 times longer than I thought it would be. Instead of spending like, you know, a half hour walking back home, I spent like a half hour walking in one direction, going up an elevator onto the level where I live actually in my city, and then going 45 minutes in the other direction. So it took me more than an hour and a half to get home that night. But it was a really nice night. It was like really good to see all my friends again. I hadn't really seen them before I went to Germany more than a year ago, so you know, it was really nice. I went out actually a second time the other day because I went to a couple of Christmas parties and I had to pick up some alcohol. So I went back the way that I came, that way, that one time I went home. I just had to swallow some spit there because, man, I was starting to choke on that because it was accumulating. Anyway, I went back the way that I came, except I didn't go all the way. I just went to the shop, right, which was about halfway between me and Mikey's Bar and Grill. Not Mikey's Bar and Grill, I'm sorry. I meant Wicked Wolf, which I used to call Wacky Wolf because I think it sounds funnier. So I was halfway between my apartment and Wicked Wolf. I went to the shop, right, and I just picked up some alcohol. It was really cool, but also really cold. So I got some stuff. I brought it back. My friend Greg was like, oh, Nick, you got to tell me this Midori or whatever. I was like, what's that? And he's like, oh, this is melon stuff. I was like, oh, cool, just the melon liqueur. And he's like, yeah, man, just the melon liqueur. I can't dodge here. Why can't I dodge? I want to dodge through the air so I can go faster running in circles. Anyway, I got this melon liqueur for him. He brought it. We were doing like a white elephant with drinks at this Christmas party. So I went to the Christmas party. I saw a bunch of my friends. Saw a lot of people I haven't seen since the cruise. People I haven't seen like since I was still in school. People I haven't seen since before I left for Germany. And a lot of people that were working and happened to still be in the area. And it was really nice. My friend Kevin said that he missed me and like he wanted me to stay around with him. That's what everyone was saying. Apparently my ex-roommate Blaze just like disappeared from the map. He deleted his Facebook. So my friend Big Sean, not Little Sean, Big Sean wants to I do have a friend, Little Sean, but this is Big Sean. He wants to stage an intervention for my buddy Blaze, who was actually in a couple of my really old / original videos. He was in my APB Reloaded compilation video. I don't even know if I still have that up at all, but Blaze was in that. So we gotta find Blaze because he's like disappeared from the map and everyone's radars and just want to talk to anyone anymore. So we want to get him out, and the plan is to kind of just you know, show up at his house without him knowing it and just like invading the place and being like, hey Blaze, we're throwing you a party, get over it. I can actually play that music. I had it open on a tab on my phone. I have a lot of things open on my tabs on my phones. I have YouTube tab, I have Discord tab, I have Kick tab, I have Twitter, Twitch, Gmail, Messenger, messaging, comment section, and Tumblr because I actually like to study Norwegian in my spare time. It's actually pretty interesting. Norwegian is a really cool language. Not like German. German's nice, but it's not as good as Norwegian. The reason I say that is because German is very hard with the grammar and stuff, whereas Norwegian is more forgiving. You don't have to conjugate a lot of things in Norwegian like you do in German, so... Why can't I find this tab? I'm trying to look for this tab, and it's just not populating for some reason on my phone. I'm trying to open it up. But anyway, Norwegian is a cool language because a lot of things sound very similar to English. It's actually a lot of derivatives from English. It's Anglo-Saxon German is what English is. Infinite looper. Got it. Okay, cool. So I had this, and then, in between studying Norwegian, I like to just listen to this because I was going to say we're going to show up at Blaze's house and we're going to play some party music, particularly this Saxa Boogie, which is definitely going to get me a content copyright strike now that I think about it, but we're just going to play this for a little bit while we talk about interventions in Blaze. Nick, why do you torture us?